Let's see. Pull the couple a little bit too far to the right. One right there. And that was probably the first two. Hi, this is Greg Newton with Lionquest Fitness. Today we're going to talk about the Bersa Thunder in 380. But before I do, let me talk about this. I had a gentleman take me to task recently to tell me how unbearable and unwatchable my videos were because of those dramatic pauses you make. Well, it's not about drama. Here's the thing. If you're ever involved in a self-defense shooting, you want to keep that predator covered until you absolutely know that the threat is over. And the whole idea of keeping that gun ready, keeping it out, has to do with not immediately holstering your weapon and keeping that predator covered. Now, as far as the squinting goes, I don't have the best eyes in the world, and I train a lot without my glasses because I do not want to be dependent on my glasses. And, you know, yes, I do squint because that's how I see the target. But anyway, let's talk about the Bersa Thunder. All right, this is definitely a right-handed gun. There is one advantage, though, for a lefty. Let's go ahead and take the magazine out. Now, it does have a magazine safety release, so if the magazine's not in, the trigger will not pull. So let's go ahead and put that slide back. Now, it's also, the safety acts as a decocker. I like that feature a lot. Now, if you're a lefty and you're wanting to draw this gun, there's two ways of carrying it. You can carry one in the chamber, safety on. All you have to do is flip that safety with your index finger and draw. The other way is how I used to carry my Beretta 96 during the years that I was a police officer, because this is like the Beretta. This is a single action, double action gun. Your first shot's going to be in double action, and we would carry the safety off with one in the chamber, and then you would have that stiff trigger as your initial safety when you drew the gun. Now, these are popular little guns with not a lot of recoil. They also have a reputation for accuracy because they have a fixed barrel and a blowback design. They're made in Argentina. The slides are of steel, and the frame is a type of alloy. If that's the only criticism, people tend to criticize that, but you don't see pictures of these falling apart. I couldn't find any on the internet. Maybe they are. The carrying a gun in 380. Now, I'm a 38 357 guy, and I like 40 and 45. You know, 380, here's the advantage, especially with a gun like this. It's very accurate, and with the right choice of self-defense ammo, you know, you would have a decent self-defense gun. It weighs around 20 ounces. It's fairly easy to conceal and carry. And a lot of people, new shooters, I bought this one for my daughter about a year and a half ago, but these are good for new shooters, people who are physically weak, maybe they're disabled in some way, and it's not intimidating for them to learn to use a gun like this. Now, let me tell you a little story. A friend of mine, he's a firefighter, and he's disabled. He's retired now. He's living down in Georgia, but he carries a Bersa Thunder, and that's his carry gun because that's something he could afford. They run around $270, $350, depending on where you're at, but it was something he could afford being on disability. It was also something that with his disability he was able to shoot. And he was at a convenience store one day. He was fixing to walk in, and a very large man came up to him with that look that, you know, hey, I want your money. It's called strong arm robbery. He didn't brandish a weapon, didn't have a weapon, but physically he was going to take Tommy's money. But Tommy pulled out his Bersa Thunder and he said, "Not today." And that gentleman saw that gun and he goes, "I'm sorry, sir." And away he went. So anyway, this is Greg Newton with Lionquest Fitness, reminding you, always be prepared for the unexpected.